Right-wing commentator Tim Pool's home is shot at by gunmen who approached property in a vehicle, and this is something that just happens on the regular to Tim. Now, a lot of people go up and like mess with their like compound or wherever it is that they're living, and yeah, it's causing a lot of problems. They've been swatted like multiple times. They've had like he's basically been going through a hell of a lot of stuff. But this time it's getting very serious, and it seems that someone's just tried to Charlie Kirk him. Right-wing commentator Tim Pool claimed his house was shot at by an unknown gunman who approached his property in a vehicle. Pool said that no one was hurt in the shooting, but that a vehicle was seen approaching his property Friday night before opening fire, he revealed on social media. Our security team is reviewing the incident and will be relaying the report to appropriate law enforcement, he wrote on X. This is the price we pay for speaking out against evil. It is unclear if Poole or his family were home at the time of the shooting. It is unclear where the shooting happened. Poole's media empire is based in West Virginia, but he has ties to Tennessee, public records show. My immediate thoughts. I think I've been held a hair. My immediate thoughts is someone was trying to scare us, he said in a follow up. But we have had a security gate and armed guards, and it is possible this deterred something more serious. The Daily Mail has contacted Poole and police for comment. Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene replied on X and wrote, "This is terrifying. I'm glad everyone is okay. Everyone must stand together against this type of political violence and intimidation, no matter who it happens to, whether you like them or not." Megyn Kelly also replied, writing, "This is awful, Tim. I'm so sorry this happened. Pardon. Things are getting out of control and it's happening more frequently. Praying for your safety." General Mike Flynn, for served as a national security advisor during Donald Trump's first term, called on the president to figure out how to return to sanity quickly before worse domestic conditions are created by those who foment false flags and fake crises for the sole purpose of creating chaos. This is the sort of madness that occurs in a deeply divided society where the adversaries are seeking to create crises instead of stopping them from happening in the first place. Poole has an army of 1.5 million fans on YouTube where he discusses right wing political topics while wearing his signature beanie. I have seen below the beanie in person. Whoa. The Democrat turned Republican owns a publishing empire in West Virginia, which has 6 shows, including his own. He also sells skateboards and his own brand of coffee and claimed to make 8 figures a year. However, Poole has called out GOP favourites, including Trump and Candace Owens. Yeah, him and Candace are having a little bit of a beef right now. Um, However, this is where things get really, really awkward for me, is because I know everyone involved, and I also know Candace's husband. As in, like, me and him have like hung out and partied together and all that stuff. So, and I like him. He's a really, really nice guy. The problem is, like, I liked him as well. And this is the thing that gets really weird is I don't know why this is a thing with me. See, whenever like I'm winding people up online and I'm making funny people, I'll be an edgy boy, a spicy boy. I'm going around and doing all of this stuff. I'll like stir the pot whenever I see people fighting and all that. See, whenever it's a fight between people that I like, I just kind of go like, oh. Like, it's just like I don't get involved at all because I like them. I like them and I consider them friends and stuff like that. Sometimes I might lean in and go, "Can you two calm it the fuck down?" Because this is starting to get like really fucking serious. And there's only ever been one time that that's actually worked and everything because I think at the end of the day, it's content. When Trump was diagnosed with chronic venous insufficiency, Poole questioned the bruising on his hand, saying it was right where an IV would have gone. Do we believe that? The handshake hypothesis, he said at the time. Earlier this week, Poole exclusively told the Daily Mail that he didn't believe Owen's claim that the French government had an assassination plan against her or liked her conspiracy theories about Charlie Kirk. The Charlie Kirk thing, the whole conspiracy around it, I don't know if I believe it. I don't know if I believe it. I know too many people that were like very deeply involved with it, and a lot of people were saying it was Israel, and now Israel do for a fact do that kind of shit. However, there are other people that Israel could definitely go after that do a lot worse things against Israel than what Charlie Kirk did. Like they're not because he was Israel's strongest soldier for like a while. Well, one of them, and all that, and like he made a few like flippant comments and apparently they shot him in broad daylight in front of everybody for that. I don't, nah, I don't really believe it. In regards to the assassination plan against Candace Owens, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea if it's true. However, what a lot of people don't know is like, oh, the CIA do shady shit and blah blah blah, and yeah, that's absolutely true. But like, everyone's like, the French, oh fuck yeah, the French do fucking dodgy shit all the time. Like, we even covered a video where one of the Greenpeace boats, like the French, like they deny it to this day, but I think they ended up ultimately being held responsible. The French actually sent special forces onto one of the Greenpeace boats and planted explosives and blew it up. Right, and this is like fairly recent. This was like in the last 20 years or something like that happened. So yeah, the French government absolutely do dodgy shit. Like that, a lot of people don't like get that, but like understand that because they think, oh, the CIA is where all the dodgy shit is, Mossad's where all the dodgy shit is, KGB's where all the dodgy shit is. And yeah, you're absolutely right. But the French government, oh yeah, they fucking do that shit. It just doesn't get pointed out enough because it's France and therefore not important. But anyway, she crossed the line when she said that Turning Point betrayed Charlie and to ask for a refund from this godforsaken organisation. The implication is that they killed Charlie, and now she's actively telling people to basically destroy them. She's actively now trying to destroy everything that Charlie built. Yeah. Turning Point, considering that Charlie was the face of Turning Point, they wouldn't have done that. They're not going to fucking kill their golden goose. Like, no, they're dead. I don't think Turning Point had anything to do with it. Poole has long defended Owens as a genius and had willingly hosted her on his own show, but now says he has long grown tired of her act. Owens' recent claims were also said to be the last straw for Turning Point leaders who determined to confront her directly. Now, in regards to this, the political violence is getting worse. And basically, the point is people know that they're going to go down as a hero. This is the problem: is on left wing circles, the Charlie Kirk shooter. I'm not even going to say the little gimp's name. Right, the Charlie Kirk shooter. He's going to be remembered as a hero in left wing circles for decades and decades to come. See if Reddit's still around 100 years from now, he's going to be the one on the Today I Learned page all the time, and everybody's going to be celebrating him and all that type of stuff. People were already doing it to Luigi Mangione. Yeah, he's such a fighter. They had a new CEO sworn in before the body was even fucking cold. The continuing rejection of healthcare claims will continue. You did nothing. Luigi Mangione achieved nothing. That's the thing is, but they're still holding him up as this great guy. He did nothing. He killed the CEO. You cut off one head of the Hydra. Two more will take its place. Like, that's it. You go around shooting CEOs. It achieves nothing. A CEO is a position just like a president or whatever. Like, killing a president doesn't overthrow the government. They just have a snap election and put in a new one. That's the problem. It's not the people in the system. It's the system itself. That's the issue. Right, but these people are still going to be remembered as heroes forever, and a lot of people kind of want that clout. A lot of people go, my life's shit, my things are terrible. No wife, no kids, no job, no life, no money, no fucking anything. Might as well fuck it. I want to end it anyway. Might as well have my name go down in the annals of history while I do it. Right, that's the problem. You've got a lot of people around the world at breaking point, and they know that they're going to be celebrated forever for engaging in political violence, so why the fuck not? It used to be school shootings, now it might be, oh shit, instead of being derided and mocked and going down in history as an evil person, I could go down in history as a great person by killing these great big bad Nazis, blah, and everything, and I think that's been kind of fermented on purpose. That way, like, because the CIA get caught and everything all the fucking time, you know, it might take 20, 30 years in some cases, but eventually all that shit comes out. Whereas this time around, all they have to do is fucking radicalise a bunch of people through the media and through government regulation, literally causing the cost of living crisis. And then when these fucking... And then basically don't monitor... Well, they're monitoring them. They are watching them very closely. But don't arrest them, don't pressure them, don't do anything like that. And then when one of these nutters goes and kills a right-winger that the government doesn't like, the government can be like, I don't know what the fuck happened there. He was on our radar and everything, right? So that's... Yeah, this has been fermented on purpose, I believe. And it's basically a little sly way of convincing the public to murder the government's enemies instead of the government doing it so they can be absolved of any and all responsibility. And this is just another example of that as well. We had Charlie Kirk, we had fucking that lunatic turning up at fucking Nick Fuentes' door and everything, and this is just going to be a thing that's just going to keep continuing. I just like the fact that I live in Scotland where, you know, I say I want guns over here for now until things get better. I'm kind of glad we don't have guns so I don't get popped off by some loony, and I've been alright so far because I'm a lot bigger in real life.